cosplay world? We're back with another Monday question. Just sorry, I did not have any kind of new videos for last week. That's because I was hard and intensely working on Awesomeness of Explosions, which we're gonna have videos of. Yep. So I gotta clean my brushes and clean my area for that stuff. This area is completely destroyed. I gotta clean the whole cosplay room as it is. I gotta address a few questions though, because it's a Monday question. And since I have all these paints out, why not answer the question of what kind of paints do I use? Well, I use several kinds of paints. I'm not really a paint connoisseur. So you'll see I have what basic. Look, I got 20 brands here of different kinds of paint. So what I've found works. There are some things I found that work better than others. For instance, whites and yellows and tans, those colors that you would normally have problems coating with in acrylics. I like this kind of thicker thicker paint for that because it does a better job of coloring. It just has more pigment in it or something. It just does a lot better job of it does a better job of coating, whereas you might need to do a couple layers. But for the darker tones, well, for most tones, I do like the bottle form, especially black. With black, you can spread out a huge amount, and it goes really far. But if you use these tubes, which it didn't really go very far for these tubes, because it's thicker, it takes more paint. I don't know. For the reds and oranges and greens, I guess I go with the bottles. There's not really a huge difference there, really. It depends on your paint style. I do like. I'm practicing using my brushes, and I found I like fan brushes quite a lot for after I've for detailing and doing edging and things like that. And these are good for washes because they hold quite a bit, but they hold a lot of liquid, but they only touch a certain amount of the area, so little lines so that they don't get everywhere. The brushes I started just absolutely hating the crap out of are these hair ones. I think these are natural fibers. What happens here is I paint with them, and then the hair gets on the work. It just gets on there, and it's frustrating. But the really hard bristles too. These like white bristles here, they're very hard bristles. They can kind of crack off, and they're good for dry brushing, but not for painting. Really, I don't know a lot about painting itself, but from my experimentations and my use, that if I try and paint a huge surface with these kind of bristly, very hard bristle brushes, that the paint job comes off very scratchy and it's no good. And you definitely want to work with the these are orangey. Where if I can find a fresh orange one, probably not. I tend to use all the orange ones because they're good. They're like they're soft, and they hold paint. They're soft until I mess them up. I'm not really good with brushes, so I'm gonna have to clean my brushes out and make them still usable. Sponge brushes are really good for larger areas and giving an even tone. Whereas you can leave brush marks with bigger areas and it doesn't look so great. But back to paints. I think one other thing I didn't cover was metallics. It's kind of an important point. The golds and silvers and other things like that, they tend to be very weak pigments. So you want to lay down a base layer depending on what you want to achieve. So black, gray, white, brown, yellow, tan. A kind of tone to set for the metal itself. And I tend to use these. Golds are okay. They're not great, but they're okay. They'll get the job done. For silver though, I'd stick with a lot of the fabric paints, because the fabric paints are much thicker. They hold up. If I only want like a very, very light tone of metallic, I'll go with the silver acrylic paint. But usually I like the fabric paint for silvers. I also use this is model paint. This is only for edging. Don't use this on a surface unless you really know what you're doing, I guess. But it's if you want your edges to look like they've been worn away, just take a brush and hit the edges with it, and it does a real good job of doing aged kind of work. But if you want a whole silver thing, it's very powerful. Stuff is very strong. It'll look very, very intensely silver with this. It's also pretty expensive, so you don't want to use a ton of it all over a huge area. I think one of these costs about the same as one of these, so yeah. Oh well, it depends on where you get it, but oh well. I'm still working. I'm definitely not an expert painter. That is for sure. But I'm working on my technique, and I'm watching as many painting videos as I can. That's why I'm subscribed to Girl Painting and all that. Although she isn't doing that many painting tutorials, you kind of get the idea of what she does a very similar pattern of painting that you can pick up on after you watch quite a few of her videos. I think I may have watched almost all of them at this point, several times. Well, some of them 2 or 3 times. But anyway, I got some awesome vids for you guys this week. I'm gonna be showing off some very intense armor. It might be, I think it's gonna be 2 weeks for the armor because there's so much to it. It's 2 weeks worth of video. So I'm gonna show 2 weeks worth of video. Then I'm gonna do a different project and put that one up, and then I'm going to show the props for the armor. So I'm gonna break it up so you're not watching 3 straight weeks of one project. Okay. Also could be the reason why I didn't have a video last week, is because this one was basically 3 weeks of work and I'm not that far ahead in videos. But with plus I want to space everything out, and I don't want a whole like 3 months solid of armor. I want more interesting things popping up every week. You know, this and that, and oh well. So we are I'm still working on the plastic. It's plastic cloth. Yeah, I'm gonna do a weird kind of name for it. I would love ideas on what you want made with the stuff. I'm probably gonna have a video up for that soon too. Just because I need a video that's not boring like my last one. Like, I need to do a shorter edited version. But I want to make sure that absolutely every kind of, I want to make sure the in-depth thing was up there for people who are interested. But oh well. Remember guys, send in your questions. I'll be answering them Mondays, and yeah, Mondays. Try and answer them as best I can on Mondays. Edit them up, put them up for you guys, and you can save me the trouble of posting on a forum the same questions over and over again. And don't worry, there are other people who have the same questions as you. Trust me, lots of questions all the time. I don't know. I think that's it for now. I'm gonna try and get, say, other cosplayers to put videos up here. That way we have a more variety of videos. Cause I know there's sewing and crafting, other kinds of like hobbies, you know, cosplay related things, jewelry, wigs, makeup, all those cosplay related videos. I would like them all to be kind of easily resourced. And that's what the idea of this channel is. Oh well, I'm ranting on. I think I'll let you guys all go. I'll keep you updated on all my progress and all those good things. Leave me a message on the Facebook and the MySpaces and things like that. I don't think I'm gonna use MySpace really now, but oh well. Again, ranting. See you guys next time.